Okay, with this, we're dealing with the iris data again, and this kind of picks up where the last thing we were talking about left off. One of the classification rules we came up with is drawn on the screen, is that if the petal length is less than a certain value, then we can predict what the class is. What we want to deal with here is not the schemes that we're using, but more of the bigger picture stuff that comes from chapter 2 of the textbook, and now we see those on the screen as the concept description, then the idea of features and classes. Hopefully everybody is okay with what we mean by features now. In this simplified iris data set, we had two of them. We had petal length, we had petal width, and then what we had was also the class. We had a nominal thing with three possible values. So if we put all of these together, we have so many values of all three of these. So when we actually have the values, the two numbers, the two numerical features, and then the nominal class, when we have a set of values, or one row in the table, if we want to think of it like a database, then the values give us instances. So our data set is described by the features in the class. The actual values give us the instances in the data set. When we actually try to learn from that, when we try to say, okay, what are we going to get out of this? The thing we're trying to learn from our data is the concept. So in this case, our concept is, can the features be used to predict the class, or more specifically, predict the species of iris in this case? So that's our concept. The author distinguishes between concept and concept description, which is a little bit of splitting hairs, but he says the concept description is the output of the data mining process, or the output of the scheme. So what does that mean? Well, in this case, what it means is that we used a classification scheme that told us this one rule. It gave us this rule back as output. The input was all the data, and this right here was our output. So this is our concept description, that if the petal length is less than 2.5, then we know what the class is. So the concept description in this example, if petal length less than 2.5, then we know what the species is. So this is how we think about all those things. We need to know what our data is. We need to understand it. That's critical. And so we need to know the features in the class. We can explore the instances, we can visualize them, we can classify them, we can cluster them, associate them, and all of that. When we do that, we're trying to deal with the concept. And when we actually know something from our data mining scheme, when we actually have that output, then we're in business. We have a concept description.